Someone told Zeek, hard work pays off.
He worked hard. The check disagreed. So he went back, all the way to 1970.
Minimum wage in 1970, $1. 60 cents. Federal minimum wage today, $7.25. Sounds like progress, but is it actually more? Or just more numbers? Adjusted for inflation, $1.60 in 1970 is $13 today. The 1970 worker earned more in real money. And that's just the wage. We haven't touched the prices yet. Let's run the comparison, side by side. No mercy. 1970. Median home price, $23,000. 2026. Median home price, $420,000. Same dream. 8 times the price. Gen Z didn't get lazy. The math just stopped working. Let's sketch exactly how broken this got. $1970 worker, 40 hours a week, $64. Groceries for a family, $20 a week. A new car, $3,500, less than 2 months' pay.
1 year of college, $400. 1 semester of savings.
A minimum wage worker in 1970 could actually plan a life. Now let's look at the same worker in 2026. 40 hours. Federal minimum, $290 a week. Groceries for a family today, $250 per week. New car average, $48,000. 16 weeks? Try 16 months. 1 year of college today, $38,000. Same degree, 95 times more expensive. Not a typo. The paycheck grew by 4 times. The bills grew by 20.
This isn't a motivation problem. This is arithmetic.
And the house. We need to talk about the house.
The American dream has a new price. And nobody warned you.
1970. Median home, $23,000.
Median salary that year, $6,200. A house cost 3.7 times the annual salary. Save for a few years. Put down a deposit. Get the keys.
Same exercise. 2026. 2026.
Median home price today, $420,000. Median salary today, $59,000. Sounds decent. That house now costs 7 times your annual salary, nearly double the ratio. And that's the median. Coastal cities are double that again. New York, $850,000 for the median home.
Monthly mortgage on a median home today, $2,800.
That's over half a median paycheck. Before groceries, before anything.
In 1970, you bought a house. In 2026, you apply for one and wait.
Someone owns that house already, and they bought it in 1987.
Now let's talk about the degree you bought to afford that house.
College in 1970. The ticket to the middle class. Average public university tuition. $400 per year. A summer job covered it. Entirely. With money left over.
4 years of college. $1,600 total. Graduate debt-free. Land a job. Buy the house. That was the plan.
Now let's run the same numbers for 2026.
Average public university tuition today. $11,000 per year.
Summer job today. $4,800. Still $6,000 short.
4 years. $44,000. Public school. In-state.
Add room, board, and fees. You're at $100,000. Easy. Graduate at 22. With a 6-figure debt. Before your first paycheck.
Now go buy that $420,000 house. Good luck. Student loan debt in America. $1.7 trillion outstanding.
They told an entire generation this was normal. It was not.
So who actually benefited from all of this? Let's find out.
Median household income today. $59,000 a year.
That's $4,900 a month.
Before taxes. After federal and state tax. Closer to $3,800. Maybe.
Average rent for a 1-bedroom apartment. $1,800 a month.
$2,000 left for everything else in your life.
Groceries and household basics. $1,000 a month. Conservative.
Car payment, insurance, gas. $600 a month.
If you're lucky, student loan minimum payment. $400 a month. And you're at zero.
No health insurance in that math. No savings. No emergencies.
The advice was save 20%. The math says save nothing. They didn't remove the ladder. They just removed the bottom rungs and then told you to jump higher. Work smarter. Hustle more.
This is the moment Gen Z stopped believing the story.
Because someone is standing at the top of that ladder, holding it steady.
And that shadow has a name. Meet the system. It didn't happen by accident.
Every broken number you just saw had a beneficiary.
Corporate profits since 1970. Up 400%. Adjusted for inflation.
Worker wages over the same period, nearly flat. Same timeline, different planet. The productivity went up. The paycheck did not follow. Tuition deregulation. Tuition deregulation began in the 1980s. Prices were free. Schools raised prices. Banks offered loans. Everyone got paid except the student. Home values tripled since 2000. Existing owners built wealth. New buyers built debt.
The game wasn't rigged against you personally. It was just rigged.
interest rates, zoning laws, lobbying, tax policy, all pointed the same direction.
Each decade, a new policy. Each policy, another transfer. Up, not down.
Nobody voted for unaffordable housing. It was built one decision at a time.
The system doesn't celebrate. It doesn't need to.
Understanding it is the first move. The only move that matters.
But there's one more villain in this story. Smaller. Closer. And he charges monthly. Generation Z. Born into the aftermath. No memory of when it was different. They grew up online. They ran the numbers. They did not like what they found.
Purchasing power per dollar earned. Down 30% since 2000.
Homeownership under 35. Lowest rate recorded since tracking began.
Average age of first home purchase. Now pushing 38 years old.
Their parents owned at 26. The math moved. They didn't.
They were told to work harder. They were already working 2 jobs.
They were told skip the latte. A latte is $5. A house is $400,000.
Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. When the boots cost more than the paycheck.
But here's what changed. They stopped believing the bubbles. When the narrative fails, you write a new one. That's where this generation is now. Not protest, not rage, just different decisions built on accurate information.
The system didn't leave a door open, so some of them stopped looking for the door.
But before the new rules, one more character needs to be addressed. He's short, he's cheerful, and he owns your building. The rent seeker. He didn't build the building, he just owns it.
Average rent up 43% since 2020. He noticed.
35% of Americans rent. Most of them have no real alternative.
Rent growing faster than wages every single year since 2015.
Corporate landlords now own 25% of single-family homes in America.
Every house they buy is one less house you can purchase. First of the month, every month, 30 years. That's the math of renting forever. 30 years of rent at $1,800. $648,000. Equity, 0.
That money built his retirement, not yours.
Renting isn't always wrong. Renting forever is a wealth transfer, one direction only. And he's buying more. Algorithmic pricing, bulk purchasing, institutional scale. The market didn't price you out. Specific decisions by specific entities did. So what do you actually do with all of this information? You stop optimizing for a system that wasn't built for you and build something adjacent. The next chapter isn't about the problem. It's about the moves. The dream isn't dead. The original version just got repriced out of reach. So you build a different map with the terrain that actually exists.
Skill stacking. One income stream is the old model. It was always fragile. Digital income doesn't require a mortgage to start, just time and a specific skill.
Geo arbitrage. Earn in dollars. Live where dollars go further. Legal. Effective. Growing fast.
Not running away. Refusing to pay $400,000 for a median life.
House hacking. Buy a duplex. Rent one unit. Tenant pays your mortgage. Not new. Still works.
Index investing. Boring. Consistent. Builds wealth on a timeline the system didn't intend for you.
Every fixed cost you cut is a raise you gave yourself. No negotiation required.
Shared living isn't failure. It's capital preservation, while the market is irrational.
None of these fix the broken system. That's not what they're for. They're for navigating a broken system while you build something it can't take back. The 1970 plan is gone. The 2026 plan is broken. The third option is the one you design. The math was never personal. Your response to it can be.
Let's recap what we actually proved today. With numbers, not opinions.
Minimum wage lost real value. The 1970 worker earned more in purchasing power.
The house-to-salary ratio nearly doubled. Same dream. Twice as hard to reach. College went from one summer job to a six-figure debt sentence.
This is not a feeling. This is not a complaint. This is documented arithmetic.
If you felt like the system was rigged, you were not imagining it. Validation isn't the finish line. It's just permission to stop gaslighting yourself.
The next move isn't rage. It isn't surrender. It's a better informed decision.
Learn the rules of the broken game. Then find every legal exit inside them.
The 1970 worker had it easier. That's not nostalgia. That's just the data. But you're playing the 2026 board. And now you know what's actually on it.
If this board made sense to you, hit subscribe. More sketchy math incoming.
Next time, why your credit score is designed to keep you borrowing, not buying. Same blackboard, same Zeek, different numbers, always the same system.
The math doesn't lie. People do. Know the difference.